you guys, and welcome back to my channel in another of my pick a card reading. In this pick a card, we're gonna see your energy for March 2021 predictions, what March has in store for you all. Before I get started, I just want to remember you guys that next week I'm gonna have my zodiac predictions available sign by sign on my Patreon. Link is down below. And before actually we start choosing the pile, if you don't want to wait for the general March reading and message that I have for you guys, don't worry about it. The timestamps are down below, and so you can just go ahead and choose your pile and see each other in your own personal pile. But before that, I just want to say that for some odd reason today, before doing the video, I usually pray and I go on meditation before I do any private readings or any, pick a card readings. And I felt the energy from March for the collective to be supremely strong. If you guys are into astrology, please let me know in the comment section down below if that is the case also according to astrology, because that will be very interesting to know. I don't follow a lot because I'm very busy, but I felt that this is a powerful energy, the one in March, individually and generally speaking. And it's going to be an energy with Aquarius is going to be visible even more and more in terms of like, what do I mean by Aquarius? The rebel, the outcast, the connection to something greater than just our individual self. And while I was in meditation, I actually channeled a song for you guys. Now, I didn't write the song. It's a song that already existed from a very famous and important artist, that it's Bob Marley. With that, of course, I don't want to do any cultural appropriation. You guys, if you love Bob Marley, let me know in the comment section down below. I swear, I just had this song in my meditation and I thought, why not? Let me present it to you guys, because those lyrics actually are very powerful. And the song that I've channeled for you guys was Redemption Song from Bob Marley. I think that song has a very deep meaning, and also nowadays it can be very relatable and talks about ultimately freedom, which is something that we are going to experience more and more in the month of March. Freedom of mindset, freedom of belief, wanting to go out more authentically, wanting to be the rebel, wanting to maybe we're going to see the outcasts or the underdogs being shining and being center stage in the month of March. And if you are one of them, well, this is going to be a great month for you guys. I don't know why, but I just got the song. So since I cannot unfortunately play the song originally in my YouTube channel, because otherwise I will get demonetized due to copyright strike, believe it or not, if I even play a song from Psychedelic Witchcraft, I get demonetized because the copyright is from my label. So there you go. But I can sing it for you guys, which I know it's not a lot, but if you want to listen to it and listen to the lyrics, in case you're not familiar with the song, you can stick with me. Otherwise, go ahead and pick your pile, and I see you guys in a second. So the song is very difficult, obviously, to sing, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to try just to present it to you guys, because that's the energy that I channeled. And again, I don't know why I channeled this song, but I am sure that it's going to have some deep meanings for majority of you guys. Otherwise, Spirit wouldn't have shown it through my meditation. So the song goes like this. Oh, pirates, yes, they robbed by, sold out to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hands were made strong by the hand of the mighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing this songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None of ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside light and luck. Some say it's just a part of it. We gotta fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing this songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. So yeah, that's how the song goes by. I think that the lyrics are super powerful, and I am sure they mean a lot for the month of March. Otherwise, Spirit wouldn't have shown me this song. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about it. Not about my voice, that was horrific. I know, I apologize for that. But just simply what you think about the lyrics of the song. I was really struck by the lyric that said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, and also how long until they always have to kill our prophets and we just stand aside and look. Those were the things that really struck me when I was seeing the lyrics, and I think that has to do with the rebel rising, the divine feminine especially rising in the month of March and throughout the new generation, and in general the new generation wanting to rise and speak their own authenticity. Like, we had enough of lies, we had enough of whatever it is that you guys want us to do, we just ain't gonna do it, so deal with it. Like, I really felt this very strong presence. So let me know in the comment section down below. You know, Spirit is weird, so if you never know. So and start for those of you guys who choose pile number 1. You chose the beautiful Amethyst, which is one of my favorite stones, and I always put it in this Pico card, Pyramid. So I'm not going to read the crystal in this March Pico card. We are going to start with the tarot, but I have a surprise at the end of the reading, because I'm going to tell you what ancient Egyptian god or goddess is connected to you and what is their message from them with a very cool ancient technique. So we're gonna find out. But first, let's start with the tarot. So let's see what you got. So first tarot that I see for you, pile number 1. Oh wow, all right. We do have the Tower card as our first tarot card, pile number 1. I'm going to show you all the cards, all the tarot first. Then we do have the Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then we also have the Nine of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And my hands are starting shaking for some reason, and I'm starting to develop a slight bit of headache. So one thing the Spirit is telling you right now, pile number 1, is to hold on tight and to call on the energy of the Holy Spirit, or even the Mother Mary, or any goddess that you feel related to. In fact, oddly enough, I do also have the card for you of Diana, which is a very powerful goddess and the mother of Aradia. If you want to know more about this, you can head on my new channel called Aradia Alchemy, and I share all the information about Diana and Aradia over there. I'm going to talk about Diana in a second, but I am feeling for some odd reason, pile number 1, that in March the Mother Goddess and the Divine Feminine energy, could be even Durga, Shakti, Mother Kali, whatever it is that you resonate with, because at the end of the day, they're all facets of the femininity of Source energy, which exists together with masculine in energy. The separation doesn't exist in energy, but it helps us understand part of ourselves and part of nature, in my opinion. Nevertheless, the divine feminine is very strongly connected to you in the month of March, and it's giving you a lot of strength at this time. Pile number 1. Why that so? Because with the Tower and the Nine of Wands, it is obvious to me that you guys are dealing with a breakthrough, a makeover of some sort, that it's very internal to you. I am hearing from Spirit, they had enough of lies. They had enough of their false self. They cannot move forward in this way anymore. You guys have been hurted by other people tremendously in the past, and in the month of March, pile number 1, you're simply saying no, enough. I'm falling from that tower. And even though this is breaking my heart, because I put all my heart and effort into wanting to even help people, and picking up for you, pile number 1, into wanting to feel good and do the right thing. In March, you are realizing that that wasn't your path probably, or that you needed to destroy and reconstruct. And this gives me the vibe, I don't know if you guys, talking about the Rebels, but if you guys know about the band, the Stooges were the band where Iggy Pop played, actually sung for the first time, if I am correct. It was a band of Iggy Pop. And the Stooges have this amazing album that is called Destroy, Reap and Destroy, I think something like that. I apologize, Iggy Pop, if you're watching this video, if I don't remember the name of your album. Of course, I'm delusional. Iggy Pop will never watch a pick a card, I guess. But let me see how that album, Search and Destroy. There you go. So that's an album that you probably want to listen to during, it was from Iggy Pop, yeah, the Stooges. So the Stooges, Search and Destroy is probably an album that you want to listen to in the month of March, because this will help you out, giving you a lot of strength and confidence about yourself. Because believe it or not, but music does help us, whether it's meditation music or whether it's punk rock, metal from the 70s, you know, it depends on your preference. I personally use that album so many times to feel better about myself. It's an amazing piece of art, and Iggy Pop has such a unique voice. It is incredible, and obviously I'm no sponsor, but to say that. Anyhow, and the Search and Destroy is what gives me the impression of your energy in March, because with the Tower card and the Nine of Wands, it almost seems like you have searched to destroy, because you have realized that you cannot cage yourself into these 4 walls anymore, and you need to discover and expand and evolve more. And possibly in the month of March, even though I feel from you the energy, pile number 1, of I don't know what I'm going to do, but in the month of March, I'm actually seeing with this beautiful Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, sorry, that you are going to have a very strong inspired idea, or in general new beginnings are presented to you guys. And I feel that the majority of you, pile number 1, it revolves around inspiration of some sort. So warning, if you feel inspired in the month of March of doing anything, you feel inspired about creating something new or trying new things, that is exactly what Spirit is leading you to, and you shouldn't absolutely say no to that, but say yes to anything that is new, anything that is out of the box, anything that is your inspiration. Number 1 is symbol of new creation as well as leadership, if I'm correct in numerology. And with number 9 and the number in the Tower, I definitely believe that some manifestation that comes from your subconscious have been fulfilled. Like, I feel that you have been doing for so long something that doesn't make you happy whatsoever, and you have manifested this thing to get destroyed. Believe it or not, I did that in my life. And I know it sounds like self-sabotage, but sometimes we do not have the conscious, you know, courage to jump from that tower and get out. So sometimes we do manifest subconsciously, split up from somebody that is very toxic, or split up from a career and a job or a boss that was heavily toxic. And that's how we take a deep fresh of air and we're like, oh, that was surely meant to be. That means that I don't have to do it anymore and I can think about something else. Sometimes we have to hit rock bottom so we can start again. And this is the beauty of life. It's going to be personal, individual, and unique unique for all of you guys. This is just a general reading, but I am seeing that you are having some sort of breakthrough that is due to some sort of pain. And I know it sounds unfair to say, but this is going to make you recharge, and it's going to make your focused intention so much better. In fact, like I was saying before, we do have the card of Diana, focused intention. And this card literally states, keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and action focused on your target, and you will make the mark. So that tells you immediately how much you are right now putting yourself towards the right path if you follow your intuition and stop looking at resistance to the past. Let it go. It's your Tower moment to finally say, whatever, I might even have manifested this subconsciously, I'm going with the flow, let it be burned, let it be destroyed, and let me search for something better. And this is the incredible, I might say, energy that I'm picking up for you in the month of March. Surely by the beginning of March, there is going to be still a part of you that looks at the past and tries to see the future and the present with the eyes of the past, wary, with attention. You're paying attention to a lot of red flags, but Spirit wants you to know that you are a warrior. Not even making this up. With Diana and the Nine of Wands, you are a warrior. You're going to rise back, and you are going to hold your sword and lead yourself towards better endeavors, especially in the months of March, because with the Ace of Swords, which is a sword coming from the universe, from these clouds, and this sword has almost like a crown of celebration, this is a powerful omen for you of triumph, of new rewarding beginnings, and you just simply finding the strength to fight back, but fight back in a way that is more fulfilling for yourself. Now, also, I am seeing the card of fragility from Archangel Gabrielle that wants to speak to you at this time. Archangel Gabrielle is an archangel that is going to be extremely strong in the month of March. I have no clue. Maybe Mercury is doing something in the month of March. I apologize, I'm not an astrologer. I have no clue. Let me know, please, in the comment section down below. But I have channeled that Archangel Michael is going to be our guardian angel for this earth and this collective energy in the month of March, and he's definitely next to you. That's why I choose him for each and every pile. Archangel Gabrielle for you is saying your fragility are actually making you gain wisdom and inspiration right now. Couldn't be more perfect. Your fragility, what you have accomplished in terms of karmic lessons, your pain, this tower that is falling actually are making you better. They're making you more wise, and they are inspiring you to do something new that will actually bring you more rewards. And I remember, if I'm correct, it was the creator of Virgin, the brand, or also the creator of Amazon, if not even the creator of Apple, I don't remember his name, super famous, Steve Jobs, that they were saying like all of these famous people, or actually people that have created something that is very Aquarians in nature, they had moments in their life where they have lost themselves and they hit rock bottom, like lose all their money. Even Walt Disney had an issue like that after the release of Snow White. He invested so much money that he was just almost broke. And then in that midst of emptiness, they found their self back, and they never give up, and they remain consistent. So sometimes being not on the right path, it's good and it's beneficial for our inspiration. Now, Walt Disney kept doing what he was doing, but probably the new fresh inspiration due to the fact that he was hitting rock bottom after Snow White charged him to create more and create better. And I think this is something that a lot of like accomplished, we could say successful people do have in common, because when you do not have nothing, you get like this strength from your spirit that tells you, we're gonna make it happen. Like, we're going to be fine. It's almost like you can finally tap into the emptiness of creation. Because I see, for example, when we're talking about Shiv and Shakti, pile number one, I see Shiv, and my husband always says this, I see Shiv as the space, and Shakti being the energy that energizes this empty void of creation. And through the empty void of creation, creation sparks and begins. Does it make sense? I hope it does. blessed. Anyway, I took a lot from also what my husband teaches, so shout out to my husband, Suprotim and his YouTube channel. Anyhow, pile number 1. So your fragility and your experience due to this 9 of Wands that make you feel hurted and desperate about the past and just wary about people in general, have made you more wise and more inspired. So Archangel Gabrielle is actually saying, listen to your fragility and pray so you can concentrate on your priority, which is yet again the same message that we get over here about Diana, focused intention. In the month of March, you are going to be blessed by the universe to keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, fragility towards one direction, and you will hit this mark with the Ace of Swords and have the new beginning that you want to experience. I talk about focus intention in my e-course, Co-Creating Your Reality. I'm not here to sell you the course. I'm just saying focus intention, meaning knowing how energy works and knowing how to direct energy towards a specific outcome. It's the trick of the law of attraction. There's nothing else that you need to know. Once you understand that, through the help of meditation, you know how to work your magic. I know it's simple, but it's actually working. It works more than any other methods I have personally tried. Now, I also have the card from my Cosmic Love Oracle deck for you, Open Your Mind. Beautiful card, full of purple, meaning awareness and connection to spirit, your crown chakra. Every time you open your mind, you can see the wider perspective of Source and you're able to receive. So that tells me as an omen that in the month of March, the universe wants to make you receive something unique and very important for you. And I think this can come in the form of money as well as in the form of inspiration. Most likely for many of you, it's going to be in the form of inspiration so you can make action, take action that will move you forward away from the tower, and after this very heavy period that you actually have experienced. And with Open Your Mind, I feel that whatever is coming is something that you don't expect. Like, I feel pile number 1 that you were in a relationship or in a path, depending on who you are, that you thought that was it. That was your breakthrough. That was the tower. That was the castle that you were creating for yourself. And here arrives the Archangel and the universe and saying, nope. And just destroys that tower. And you're like, I know, they're harsh sometimes, but they're like, poof. Destroying the tower, and they're like, actually your castle is over there on top of that mountain, and you're like, seriously, like a shining armor that went to war to save his princess or prince, whatever, like a Joan of Arc, and you're like, okay, let's go for that mountain where my castle actually is. It's almost like an illumination of like, no, what you were building was only a tower. Yes, surely it served you, but the actual castle is over there. And you're going to experience it in the month of March, and that's why you need a lot of your spiritual warrior. You need a lot of the focus intention to believe that what Spirit is saying is actually true, because it actually is, pile number 1. Now, I also have, no way, I can't believe it. We have the mountain lights, and I just talked about the mountain light being portals and subtle energy, and there you go, the image of a beautiful mountain for you guys. It's very white, it's very pure. They are guiding you. They are guiding you on top of your mountain. Hey, no mountain high, no. And because over there are your spirit guides. And also with the portal card and the subtle energy, I feel that they're in the month of March, by the end of March, you're going to have incredible illumination about your life purpose and about your destiny. This is like you breaking free. This is about you understanding your potential and understanding how much, pile number 1, you were only using 1% of what you're capable of. And Spirit is saying, nope, you gotta use at least 80, at least 90%. You're awesome. You're a light being. You can shine on top of that mountain. You can give so much. Bring on the light. And now that you're away from this toxic environment, away from that tower moment, truly you can focus your intention and make your dreams come true, or make new dreams dreams actually I'm seeing come true. And remember that your fragility are what is going to inspire you and bring you a lot of wisdom. On top of that, I also have as an activator card for you the heart chakra, the heart portal number 20, which is also number 2 in numerology. Receptivity, yet again, generosity and mistrusting. So this is a multi-level meaning card, because on one hand is the reflection of the 9 of Wands that we were talking about before, pile number 1, and it talks about you mistrusting people because of what they made you experience in the past, and in the month of March, by the middle of March, healing from those sensations and actually moving forward in that mountain lights and towards your light. And with the heart portal, you are getting more receptive to where universe wants to lead you, and it wants to lead you in the direction of your heart. I know it's a bummer, pile number 1, but even though you thought that this was it, this is my castle, let's be honest, and I want you to hear, you guys, in the comment section down below, let's be honest between me and you guys. You weren't happy doing what you were doing. You weren't happy with that individual. There wasn't any reciprocity. So it's time. It's time we become honest with each other and say, this is not real. But I want to see things that are real. I want to be in the light. I want to be in the light. Stick it on your fridge, your mantra. I got your sentence today. I want to be in the light. I am in the light. Because you indeed are. You are a light being. And this is where universe is leading you in the month of March. And through that, pay attention to your inspiration, because those are those incredible inspired actions that will lead you to that high mountain. You want to be up there. You want to be fulfilled. You want to be recognized. I know I can feel that for you. Not everybody wants to be recognized. Not everybody wants that. But you want it, and I get it, and it's fine. You will have it. But you need to do it in the direction of the light. So you know that in March you're moving towards this direction, and it's beautiful because it's complementary and is in alignment with the direction of your heart. And in that direction, you will meet people that will help you out because they will resonate with your message, not those old people that made you in pain, because those will never accept you because they just don't like the way you are. And do you really want to keep giving and giving and giving and having like a door slap in the face? No, don't do that to yourself. Let them be, let them go. You're not here to convert anybody to your thoughts. You're here to share. And so go towards the direction where spirit wants to lead you through your inspirations that are inspired due to what you have experienced and your fragilities. And this is what I am seeing in the month of March. Mundanely speaking, can you say mundanely speaking? Mundane wise, with the Ace of Swords, I'm picking up new career, okay? But it could be for some of you who are more interested in love. With the heart chakra, it definitely could be new love or a new possibility in romance, because we do have the heart chakra. Very, very possible for you in the month of March. Now, what we're gonna do through this beautiful book, which is the Alchemy, it does have like sigils over here that are connected to ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses. I've been using this technique for myself for ages. We are going to see what is your protector god or goddesses and what is the message that it has in store for you. So I'm going to throw the dice that you can see over here, pile number 1. I hope you can see it. All right. I'm going to throw the dice twice and we're going to find out. The first number is number 1. Are we even surprised about that? Pile number 1. Are we even surprised? No, we aren't. So we do have 1, got it. And the second number is, I'm seeing a lion for some reason. Second number is number 4. So number 1 and number 4 could be numbers of significance in the month of March. So number 1, Kehut. Number 1 and number 4, it's Kehut. Tepi Awin Kehut. This is an ancient Egyptian, so I apologize. Nobody knows how to pronounce it correctly. Eternity. So this is the card of eternity, and it talks about the possibility to transcend the limitation of time and the evolution and transformation of your spiritual self. I told you I love this technique. It's so powerful. And it also talks about, because it has number 8 and the number of infinity, this creator god is usually accompanied by Hehu, which is his counterpart. So for those of you who are interested in love in March, there is a possibility to actually find that karmic soulmate or eternal soulmate, because we are talking about infinity meeting millions of years. So this is a very deep message. And it talks about also the Ankh, which is the key of life and the eternal life. So March for you, it's going to be a huge month of transformation, change, illumination, and you connecting and aligning with the byproduct of who you have been in past life, who you have been with even in this lifetime, and where you're headed in this lifetime. It's the final decision. It's the month in between worlds where you're finally going to move towards the true direction of your heart. And that has to do also with opening your mind to this infinite potential that I was channeling for you, pile number 1. So I hope you guys, this reading made sense. Comment down below and let me know. And also for zodiac predictions, you find them on my Patreon from next week. The link is down below, and I'm going to move ahead for those of you guys who chose pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2, you chose the raw aquamarine over here. Today we're not going to read the crystals, we're going to jump ahead with the cards, but I have a surprise for you at the end of the reading, because we're going to pick from this chart over here our ancient Egyptian deity and our own meaning and what the ancient Egyptian deity want to deliver to you guys in terms of March prediction and protection. So let's get started with the cards, shall we? The first tarot, wow, that I'm seeing for you, pile number 2, is the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in the month of March, Two of Cups. Then we also have another 2, so you're probably seeing a lot of 2, 2, 2. We do have the Two of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and the Devil card, which is a bit like the Lover's card in their darkest position. So pile number 2, here's where I'm seeing there is something that has to do romance or something that is dear to your heart, so fit the message where it needs to fit. With the Two of Cups, usually we're talking about romance, we're talking about love, but yet again, it could be anything that is related to the heart. And with this 2, 2, and the Two of Swords, you feel blindfolded and you feel confused about making a decision in the month of March, or at least this is how the energy is being presented to you when we are entering this month. With the Devil card, I feel that there is a lot of karma being played out and resolved for you in the month of March. It could be that you are going to decide to end any toxic pattern within an existing relationship, and in the month of March you will be presented with a heavy decision to make to whether or not let go of an individual once and for all because it's not worthy for you and for your energy, or actually giving this person another chance. And the Devil card is a Capricorn energy, so there might be something happening for Capricorns in astrology. Let me know in the comment section down below, but it's not always as negative. I mean, the Devil kind of is, but it talks about Saturn, it talks about our karmic lessons as well, and this is what I'm picking up strongly for you, pile number 2. I feel that in the month of March, because of this general collective energy of liberation, you want to set yourself free from anything that is constricting you, like in the Devil. As we can see, we have 2 people like in the Lover's card, but in the Lovers there is an angel, over here there is the Devil. They are changed and bound to the devil being the symbol of the illusion, also the 3D materialistic world. So I feel for a lot of you guys, pile number 2, in the month of March, you really want to be free. You want to be free from any illusions or any traps that you can perceive in your life. And this doesn't necessarily have to do with addictions of some sort. It could be just a pattern that is just constricting you to be someone that you're not, whether this is in a relationship like I'm seeing for the majority of you, or this could be even in a work related area. And with the Two of Cups, I feel for you, pile number 2, that the energy of love in the month of March will triumph for you. If I'm correct, the month of March is the month of Pisces. So with Pisces, there is a lot of emphasis to the emotions and to the connection to the 12th house, the house of moksha and liberation, and the house of spirituality. I'm also seeing Leo for some reason, so it could be that astrologically there are some planets involving in the sign of Leo, and Leo will bring forth, especially for you, pile number 2, the warrior that is inside you. In fact, I was hearing that if you were indecisive between pile number 1 and pile number 2, you should actually watch them both, because both will deliver a more accurate reading for those of you guys who chose pile number 2, just in case you were indecisive. And I feel that love will triumph for you in the month of March, whether this is love, romantic relationship related, or it is about what you want to do and love to do. There is definitely a decision that needs to be taken, and it's not a decision that you will make lightly, pile number 2, but is a decision that will come directly from your passion. You want to align yourself to truth. You want to align yourself to what truly matters to your heart, and you are done with fake facades that you probably have put for a person or for a job. And you just want union. You just want harmony. You want to deliver your own internal sacred space to the world. If you want to know more about the sacred space, I'm going to post a video about it this week on my Patreon. And you are cultivating more harmony into your life in the month of March. We do also have the 4 of arrows and the rest symbolized by this beautiful butterfly. And I think we also had this card already in my previous pick of cards. So there is a moment in March where you are going to feel like drained and done. Like, I am drained by this relationship. I am drained by these people. I am drained by this job. That's it. That's over. Let me rest. Let me take care of myself. March is going to be a month of self-care and self-love for you, pile number 2, which I always say, like I said the other day on my Instagram, self-care is not a luxury, it's a priority. And it's going to be your priority in the month of March. And this resting energy, meditative space, with the butterfly, it's because your spirit is calling you to transform all those areas in your life that you pushed aside because you weren't ready to make a decision about them. But in the month of March, you will be pushed by your higher self and your spirit guide to make that imminent decision. And that decision will have to do to whether or not you want to stay stuck in the devil's harm. You want to stay stuck in a relationship that doesn't make you happy, or you want to change. If you are already in an established bond, you're going to have heart-to-heart conversation, meaning we got to change, or otherwise we're not going anywhere. And you are going to choose love. You're going to choose the truth. You're going to choose the light of your soul. And if this revolves around career, you want to change, you want to transform, and this change is available to you in the month of March. Also, in fact, we do have the 10 of Vessels, this beautiful waterfall. And this is the 10 of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, so water signs being heavily present for you, pile number 2. And it's the card that symbolizes happiness. I pulled some additional cards for you because I think that you need a lot of clarity. So we're going to take our sweet time in order to bring you, pile number 2, this clarity. And with the happiness card, you don't have to be afraid to face your fear and to face the devil, because actually in the month of March, there is a lot of shadow work that probably you will do, or possibly you're going to overcome your fears once and for all. And if you believe in past life, with the Capricorn, Saturnian energy, this could have been things that come from a past life of persecution for some of you, where you were afraid to share your voice, you were afraid to be judged. Or if you don't believe in past life, that means that you were afraid in this lifetime to share your own authenticity, to speak your voice, whether this is with a specific individual or with a larger crowd. And with the 10 of Vessels, I am seeing a lot of freedom available for you, pile number 2, and truly you, by the end of March, feeling happy about your decision, feeling that love is triumphant it's been triumphant for you in the month of March, and this is due to you, pile number 2, choosing love above anything else, choosing self-care above anything else. And it's that great change and transformation that you knew you had to make for a very long time. We also do have the 5 of Vessels, which is the Ecstasy card, and this is very interesting because it looks like a witch with a pentacle at the bottom, and she is inside a sacred space. She is inside a circle. So I feel that you're going to learn more about the sacred space or how to draw the circle. And in case you are into love, attraction, energy work, alchemy, and witchcraft at large, I feel that you are going to celebrate yourself. You're going to dance, raise your vibration in the month of March. And by virtue of that, I see the star above you and really aligning yourself with your true individuality, your true love, your true soul. And this will lead you to extreme happiness and ecstasy and joy by the end of the month. I'm also picking up as a spirit animal the links for you and the Page of Stones, indicating a new era and a new beginning coming up for you. And I want you to know, guys, pile number 2, that with the links, this new beginning is going to be independent from anyone else. I feel that in the month of March, pile number 2, you are asserting your own independence. You want to make it on your own. You don't want to have anybody to think, and not because you're a bad person or you're not kind or because social relationships are not important, but I feel that there is a strong energy for you, maybe coming from Leo, that is letting you know, I want to be that lynx that climbs the trees by herself or by himself, and I want to show to the world that I can make it on my own and I'm fine. Because you have been tangled, can you say that? You have been blocked by other individuals or obstacles in your past. And in the month of March, you will have the possibilities to overcome these karmic obstacles or these very toxic obstacles, or maybe with Saturn, any sort of resistance that was coming from the universe because it wanted to teach you something. And what you have learned from Saturn precisely is to care about yourself, is to go towards your direction, is to dance that weird dance that makes you that incredible individual that you are, that makes you unique, that makes you original, and that ultimately leads you to that true sense of success and true sense of freedom. So there is a lot of freedom that I am seeing for you, pile number 2. And it's very much connected with the way you feel in your heart chakra. I am also seeing another beautiful card of Artemis, the Guardian. So a guardian angel is being very strongly related to you at this time. We do have the deer also as a spirit animal, or definitely your spirit animal is trying to communicate with you in a way or another and lead your fire towards the right direction for your life. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So even though we do have the devil card, I am actually seeing you defeating the devil in the month of March after a very long time. And this is because your team, your spiritual team, whether this is humanly a spiritual team, counselors, psychics, life coaches that you are asking information from, or this is your actual spirit guides, they are helping you out, transforming and liberating you so you can independently go towards your happiness. And this is all happening for you in the month of March. These are very witchy cards because if you think about it, Artemis, Diana also for pile number 1 that he had, and this 5 of Vessels, this shaman dancing with the pentacle, they tell me that you are connecting with your divinity within and you're raising your vibration in the month of March. You are overcoming through your energies the illusions that were placed upon you in your eyes from the devil. The veil will be lifted for you, pile number 2. I'm also seeing, in fact, the card of the seer, the card of the psychic. So it could very much be that you are the seer, you are a psychic, and within your visions, you are going to finally overcome this demonic devil energy. And in the month of March, you will have visions, whether they're going to be presented to you from a psychic, like I said, a life coach, a healer, a counselor of some sort, or simply through your dreams and through your perception. Pile number 2, you are going to see your future prospects. You are going to make decision, and this decision will be divinely guided. If you feel indecisive up until the middle of March, I highly suggest you, pile number 2, to go to whatever psychic you resonate with, counselor, healer, psychologist, whatever it might be for you, and to seek for guidance, because guidance wants to come to you, pile number 2, in millions of form, and it has to do with your liberation. In my opinion, liberation from anything that made you chained or you perceived as an obstacle in the past. I'm also seeing, in terms of life purpose, from Archangel Gabrielle, which, like I said in the other pile, I don't know why, but in the month of March, I am seeing Archangel Gabrielle being very strongly connected to all of you guys. Archangel Gabrielle is playing an important role. Maybe there is Mercury doing something in the sky, but communications are going to be prime in the month of March. And for you, pile number 2, Archangel Gabrielle is saying, speak to the public, show yourself up. Maybe part of your purpose, especially if you are a psychic with the seer card, it could be that you are a channeler and you deliver messages that are important for the collective. And if that is so, Archangel Gabrielle wants you to know, pile number 2, that you are good enough and what you're saying is actually true and is backed up by spirit and your spirit guides. And you should go ahead and do it. Otherwise, the dark forces, we could call it this way, or the forces of illusion will take over and deliver negative thoughts in your mind that tell you that you're not enough, but this is simply not true. What I'm also seeing for you, pile number 2, is that you're going to receive an apology from a lover or from a friend that has deeply hurted you. And this is because the balance wants to be restored in your life. And I feel that this apology, they will come to you from a person that has deeply hurted you with this Devil card. And you are going to have either heart-to-heart conversation, but I don't see that actually. I am seeing for the majority of you, you will understand each other. This person will come back to you saying, I experienced what you had to experience, and therefore now I get it, and I'm deeply sorry. And then it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to give this person a chance, or you're just setting yourself free. Ultimately, through this apology, you will see that you will set each other free, which is always good and beneficial, because through freedom, you will arrive to your happiness, which is awesome. Now, with the talk in public, like I said, if you ever thought about being a content creator, especially in this day and age when a lot of people are joining YouTube or joining other social platforms, I am seeing that this is going to be an incredible month to utilize your communication, pile number 2, because Spirit wants you to know that as long as you're going to speak from your heart, they are going to be, especially in the month of March, really effective. Now, I'm also seeing the card of Quiet Your Mind from my Cosmic Love Oracle deck. So you still are in this moment of indecision at the beginning of March, where you feel confused because you're thinking too much, you're pushing too much. And in fact, the card states there cannot be answers in the midst of a confusing mind, confusing thoughts. Stay quiet. It's not time for action. And you might say, like, what are you on about? You told me that I'm going to make a decision. You will, but I feel that this decision, it's not going to be about action. It's not going to be you pushing for a particular outcome. Actually, in the month of March, pile number 2, people will come to you. This person will come to you with an apology, whether this is a friend or romantic related. And I am seeing that in the month of March, with this sacred space being very strong for you, that you are learning the art of allowance. You are learning how to let things come to you rather than rather than chase things, because it never works. If you are chasing after things with a very frustrated intention and not with passion and joy in your heart, most likely you're gonna have the opposite effect of what you desire, because what you are expressing to the universe is, I don't have it right now. And generally speaking, it's a lack mentality. Even though people hate when I say lack mentality, it's true. You're just simply saying to the universe, I need to work more because I don't have it. And even if I think that working hard, it's important, it makes you valuable, it makes you consistent, it makes you focused, and it's good, but you have to work. If you want to work hard, it has to be with joy in your heart, not because in your mind and in your heart you're thinking, I need to work more because I don't have it. You have to work more because you're enjoying it more, because you're passionate about it. I'll give you my personal example simply because, you know, I relate to my life and that's how I give examples. But I work a lot. I do private readings. I do Patreon. I do a second channel. I do this channel. I am recording a private course. I wrote 3 books in a year. When I was in a band, I made 4 albums in 3 years. I work a lot, you know, a lot. But I'm happy about it. I enjoyed about it. Like, I'm having a blast. Like, I swear, this is like what I love doing. I just love it, right? So it doesn't feel like I'm working hard, and it's great. But when I used to, during my Saturn return, I had this very period about myself that everybody knows if you've been following me. I was putting a video a day. I was stressing myself out. That wasn't even working hard. I was just like frustrated about things, and therefore I was putting this frustrated energy for everybody to see, and that didn't lead me anywhere. It actually led me to chaos, confusion, losing my followers multiple times, to shutting down my channel, going to 0 followers 3 times. It was a disaster. Having, again, no money. Don't do that, because in perspective, you could say I was working so hard, but what was the energy that I was putting out? It was bad. It was bad energy that I was putting out. And even though I'm so grateful because the majority of you guys got it and you were so helpful with me, so I am super grateful because you have stuck around for the longest time, and I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate also the people that came back. But that's an example for you to not do it, because it's not worth it. Rather, if you feel frustrated, if you feel with this devil energy that you need to resolve certain things, do it first. Think about yourself, act love towards yourself, resolve it, and in the midst of stillness, by staying quiet, you will feel inspired to take better actions. When I did that and I took a break from this channel, I found my path again. I found spirit again, and now I came back and I'm so happy about what I'm doing. Like, I'm genuinely happy. I'm working hard, you could say. I'm working a lot, but I have so much energy. I'm just so happy. I'm freaking happy. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm having so much fun, and I don't care about the outcome. And things are looking pretty good because of this reason. So I see you guys, pile number 2, doing the same in the month of March, taking that decision in the stillness of your mind that ultimately will lead you to that true fulfillment and true happiness, which is independent of what you get, is independent from who you are with, is internal. And when happiness and joy are internal, nobody can take them away from you. And that's the greatest accomplishment, and that, in my humble opinion, it's the meaning of freedom. When we are talking about freedom, we're not talking about not caring what other people think in a careless way. We're not talking about not having to deal with society and respecting each other, respecting the rules. It's about mental freedom. It's about spiritual freedom. It's the 12th house of Pisces. It's that moksha, it's that liberation that you're gonna get, where you are peaceful, you are in harmony, you are becoming your own sacred space, and therefore, when you talk to the public, you do it in a transformative way that inspires people in whatever shape or form you might do it. And I see you doing this in the month of March, and that's why I'm telling you, you are overcoming the devil energy. Now, I'm also seeing, in fact, amazing, number 13, which is a karmic depth number. If you know about anything about numerology, I'm not a numerologist, but I know because it's my karmic depth number, so I know about it. And we do have the empowerment card, grounded, strength and stamina. And we do have this beautiful unicorn and this beautiful warrior goddess present in the card that tells me that in the month of March, you are learning what it is to be grounded. If you want to know more about techniques to ground yourself, I made a video on a radio alchemy. The link is down below that you can check out for free, for sure. And by being grounded, you can find your spiritual empowerment again, the stamina to go towards your dreams and to share it with the public. Because I don't know why, like I said before, I am seeing that you're going to overcome your obstacle and challenges through some communication skills that you possess. And people are going to perceive you as extremely powerful, especially with the Seer card, the Lynx card, the Unicorn, especially if you guys are psychic or are dealing with any spiritual path or spiritual content creation. I see that being very effective for you, pile number 2, in the month of March, and you are being guided to do this and protected at the same time. Mentioning love for the last time, I want to say that if you are in a crush, twin flame, soulmate relationship, or even established bond, I see that a decision will be made about this relationship. This decision will be different depending on who you are. But let me tell you this, pile number 2, if the love is strong, the devil energy will be pushed aside and away forever. I see you guys both learning and having awareness and finding that place of compromise in the middle that will bring you guys back together. So there could be, for some of you who are highly interested in love, pile number 2, a reconciliation that is made through the heart for you in the month of March, okay? Now, let's pull your DT and your message for the month of March. I have my chart over here. I'm going to use the one inside because it's a little bit more clear than the one at the bottom, but don't worry, guys. This is an ancient Egyptian technique because the ancient Egyptian didn't use tarot. They didn't have this, but they used to use dices and channeling techniques in order to channel spirit, especially the high priestess, which were also connected to music. I made an entire video about it on my Patreon. So let's see what is your first number with the dice. Number 5, which is also the number of this year, 2021. So number 5, it's a number of confusion, but it's also a number that does symbolize freedom, which we already covered. So we have number 5, and we need another number. Number 5 is the line of the god Ra, the god of the sun, the god of the light. We love this for you, pile number 2. And number 8, why I did 3? Number 8, Ra Auzar. Let's see the meaning for you guys. Ra Auzar. Auzar is the ancient Egyptian meaning for Osiris, which is the protector of the underworld and the god of the dead. So there is transformation with the butterfly, like we were saying before, and you defeating the darkness, defeating that sense of illusion, okay? The one who is seen. And the divinatory meaning of this is death and resurrection, the necessity to let go of attachment and mystic revelation. So this is going to be very specific for the majority of you guys, pile number 2, but spirits want you to know that you are mystical. You are mystics, or you do possess psychic abilities specifically. Generally speaking, the month of March will be a month of huge change and transformation. The death card, the devil card, something karmic is about to get done with. And through this karmic release, you are going to have the chance to soar and be rebirthed in a new light. You are going to let go of any toxic attachment, whether this is career related or whether this is romantic related. And also with the god Osiris or Auzar, I am seeing that you guys are having the Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra is a powerful symbol for the pineal gland, because the pineal gland was actually like a gland with eye, like our eyes. And the ancient Egyptian, which were studied due to mummification, the process of the organs, they were taking out the organs, including the brain, from the nose. They knew about the pineal gland and they studied about it. And that's why the Eye of Ra, they say, it's identical to the form and shape of the pineal gland, which yet again with the Seer card for you does represent psychic abilities and visions. And this is number 41, so yet again in numerology becomes number 5. So you are going to set yourself free through your visions and through your mystic revelation, and you are destined, pile number 2, in the month of March to be seen and to speak out loud your truth in your personal life, and possibly for many of you in a public, in an arena of some sort that is going to empower you in the long run. So keep ahead and remove those karmic obstacles, because the month of March, by the end of March, will lead you to great fulfillment and happiness. All right, this is what I see for you guys, pile number 2. I hope the reading resonated with you and made sense. Join my Patreon for extra content, which include next week the zodiac prediction sign by sign, and I see you guys later in another of my videos every Monday. Well, over here on this channel. Okay, pile number 3. You chose the beautiful Bast statue. Beautiful. I'm not going to read crystals for today, but we're going to jump ahead with the cards, and by the end of the reading, I'm going to deliver a very interesting reading about your ancient Egyptian deity and what is their message. But let's leave it for the rest of the reading. Let's start with a tarot, shall we, for the month of March 2021. All right. Ooh, you guys. So we do have the Page of Cups, so Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Then we do have the Four of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And we also have the Queen of Swords. And you might be like, what are you wooing for? You didn't see the other cards. I kind of take a peek, so I know. And I can tell you guys, March is going to be an amazing month for you guys, especially if you are interested in matters of love. I know this is not a love related readings, but for some reason I am picking upon new love entering your life, especially for those of you guys who are single. For those of you guys who are coupled, I'm actually seeing that you took a break from a person, or you're not really talking to each other a lot, but actually in the month of March, new love will enter this existing relationship, because with the Queen of Swords, you're actually going to talk very deeply about each other. You're going to be authentic with each other. You're going to start being assertive about what are your needs and the needs of the other person, and you're going to try to compromise to make this relationship work. However, it could also be with career, with the Page of Cups, Four of Swords, and Queen of Swords. Then in the month of March in general, what was that? In the month of March in general, you're becoming more assertive about what you want in your life. You're cutting away any BS, which has been kind of the overall general theme for all the piles. You could even watch pile number 2 if you were indecisive between 2 and 3, Spirit is saying. But with the Queen of Swords, you know where you're standing. You have been crowned as a queen or as a king of your kingdom, and you're not really rushing for anything. I feel that you are allowing things to happen in your life in the month of March. You're taking your sweet time to do things. You are going on a retreat for some of you, it could be, or you're simply heading for more rest and calmness in your mind. And this is why I am seeing the new opportunities will actually come. Now, obviously, I'm prominently picking up a soulmate coming up into your life and for love, but it could be a soulmate, or it could be career, or both of these things joined together. It could be that in the month of March, you are going to have an opportunity that you maybe were expecting, or maybe not for some others of you, around your career, that it's going to be so good that you're going to take a moment to reflect and pause and see whether or not you want to take it, but then eventually you're going to say yes. This opportunity could be something that revolves Mercury or communication, being the air element, so present for you guys. You could be also a life path number 4, or number 4 is a house in your astrology that has importance for you. So especially if you're working from home, I am seeing these opportunities obviously coming with social media or with the media or tools of communication such as email. And I'm also seeing that it could be related to your throat chakra and your voice. That's why I also said check out pile number 2 just in case. And I am seeing that it could very much be that the person that is coming is a male, because there is the Page of Cups. It could be someone younger than you, or a very childlike person, somebody that brings quirky, eccentric, but amazing new opportunities, whether in love or in career. Or it could be a like a proposal of manager, or like you are a manager, or you will become a manager, or I'm seeing somebody that manages maybe your finances, or somebody that puts order like the Queen of Swords is, or maybe in the month of March you will be inspired to put order into your life and make more assertive decisions. But there is definitely a vibe of putting order and clarity, and so you make room in this way for this new opportunity to appear. I am seeing also vivid dreams being present for you, but they are good even though they can be disturbing somehow in the month of March. I don't see you being overly worried about anything, and health looking very fine as well, just in case some of you might be worried. I'm also seeing the Seven of Stones talking about health. We do have healing. So if you had some problems, Spirit showing with your teeth or with anything else related to your throat chakra, I am seeing that Spirit is delivering some healing for you guys, and there is actually an improvement in your overall energy as well as in your health in the month of March. With the Seven of Stones, there is a possibility that this opportunity or new love that I'm picking up for you, pile number 3, it's coming slowly but gradually, meaning in other words, it's not going to come immediately at the beginning of March, but by the middle of March and kicking to the end of March, it will be evident for you. And I am seeing you guys saying yes almost immediately. A little pause for reflection, but then you're not going to slip away with this opportunity. You're going to catch it, which is what is going to bring you the healing in your energy and finances, Spirit is saying. I'm also seeing the Six of Stones. So we do have the exploration card for you, pile number 3, but the Six of Stones for me especially is a card that represents a gift that is coming from the universe. And for the majority of you guys, this gift that is coming from the universe is something that you have earned due to your hard work or due to your skills and talents that though you have developed. You weren't born with it, but you have developed. You really cherish about developing your skills. I am picking up. That's why we do have, the exploitation card. I don't agree with the meaning of this particular tarot in the exploitation, because obviously it talks about somebody taking advantage of you. I feel actually that could be one of your fear when an opportunity gets to you, that people will only be there to propose you opportunities so they can exploit you. But actually it's not true, guys. The majority of people, they just want to do business when they are approaching, and that's all they care. And usually right now, how the planet is working, a lot of people are very much oriented in positive business, in positive relationship, in healthy relationships. So I feel that the phase of the world where a lot of people were getting exploited in their business and career, it's kind of getting over, because thank God and luckily, because there are so many opportunities that can be created independently from other people, that right now I feel that a lot of people are signing up for positivity. They're signing up for positive engagement. Like, I don't want to deal with anything negative. I don't want to deal with anything toxic, because also the pandemic has been pushed us to think in that way. We want to rise. We want to feel better. It's almost like we are approaching the renaissance that we always wanted to experience, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be more and more invisible the more the month will come, and the more we are going to have Jupiter in Pisces, which I believe is going to be in 2022, 2023. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm just channeling this stuff, and I think it's going to be in this way. With the Six of Stones, though, I highly believe that it's a gift coming up from the universe, and it's a gift that is related to your healing. So pile number 3, you will have to see whether you have done a lot of healing when it comes down to your romance, or you have done a lot of healing when it comes down to your communication skills, assertiveness, and career, or potentially both. And so the gift is going to come due to this healing. So fit the message where it needs to fit. We do also have the Hierophant, which in this particular deck is the Ancestor card and the God. And we also have the Ten of Stones, the home. So there is a lot of emphasis in your home space. And I'm so glad we're going to bring forth some deities that could symbolize your protection for your home. I explained in the e-course that I am recording right now, and also through a radial alchemy, that I have a deity that protects my home. And everything about the sacred space and how your home and the planet at large can be your sacred space. I even said it on my Patreon this week. So check those information out for me or for anyone else that you trust, because I am seeing that you're building something very strong for you in your home space that in the month of March is going to lead you to more stability and abundance. And this abundance is coming directly in the forms of guidance and gift from your ancestors because you have done the right healing, pile number 3. Moreover, I am picking up upon that this could be a really strong soulmate relationship, because we do have the Page of Cups and the Hierophant and the Ancestor card. So there is an individual that is divinely guided towards you, and you won't have to do anything, because with the 4 and the Home card, I feel that this person is going to come to you. I don't know exactly why or how, but it's going to come to you, and you're going to have deep connection when it comes down to your mind and your belief system with this individual. You're going to speak the same language, and conversation with them is going to be super easy. That's why you're going to feel at home with them. If we are talking instead about an established bond, I am seeing in the month of March that this established bond finally overrides the obstacles, and you guys, I see you really strong together. I see you building a home, relocating together in the same space, or possibly your partner is also going to earn a lot of money and bring those abundance in the home, so you can benefit from that too, or your family at large. Like I said, in the month of March 2021, pile 3, health looks brilliant for you guys, for you, your kids, or anybody that you connect with, you know, your loved ones. And if you're just interested in career in March, it looks fantastic for me, pile number 3. It looks like there is this really awesome opportunity coming in the form of gifts. 10 of Stones, 10 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, bringing forth that abundance into your home that is divinely guided with this Ancestors card. It's almost like your hard work is going to pay off. This is an incredible energy, and I felt this energy for not all the pile are going to be different. They're going to experience this energy of March differently, but March seems like a very powerful energy for the collective. It's awesome. Like, it is that light at the end of the tunnel that we have experienced, not that we have hoped to experience for a very long time. Pile number 3, it's almost like psychics and astrologers have been saying like so much about the light at the end of the tunnel, me included, change, transformation, the age of Aquarius, but it's never really happening, because it's happening differently than what we have expected, in my opinion, but it's actually happening, and it's getting more and more visible, and especially for you in regards to romance or a very, very strong career opportunity that is dear to your heart, or possibly even both. I do have 2 cards I want to show you guys, and we do have the Soulmate card from my Cosmic Love Oracle deck and the Undying and Eternal Love. So what else do we need to add, pile number 3? Yes, this is your soulmate, the angels are saying, and the Undying Love, the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So this is a very specific message for everybody. If you are single, there is a very important relationship coming up for you in the month of March. You don't want to miss this. This is your soulmate. You guys have been connected, and regardless of your present situation, there is an undying love between you two guys. If we're talking about an established bond, you guys are going to give this person a chance. You guys are going to stick in the house, in the home, in this marriage, in this relationship, in this communion, because you do understand how much you give to each other and how much you guys are divinely guided to be soulmate. You are soulmate, and the love that you share is eternal. When it comes down to career, I feel that the person that is coming up with this incredible offer, which is going to give to your partner or to you abundance, if you're single, to you, it's divinely guided, something that is written in your destiny. It's a peak of your life. I talked about it in my video on my Patreon, the afterlife, how it works, and the ring of destiny and all of that jazz, if you guys are interested in the afterlife and the spirit world. But there are certain points in consciousness in our spirit life that we have chosen, that they are going to happen. No matter what choice we make, we are going to encounter certain individuals. We cannot miss them. We are going to see certain things because they are indeed predetermined. And within the predetermined things, there is also free will. I know it sounds messed up, but again, I explain everything in my video, The Afterlife. And this is one of these amazing moments for you, pile number 3. There is destiny at hand in the month of March. I'm feeling like speechless, honestly, because I feel, please come back. Let me know in the comment section down below. I know these readings are general, but I hope I'm accurate for you guys. But I feel there is an element of destiny very related to an individual that it's going to come in the month of March. It is going to transform your life for the better. And if it is about career, it is indeed about this individual being a soulmate, therefore not necessarily a lover, but somebody that wants to help you out on a soul level, that finally gives you that opportunity that you always wanted to bring more abundance or more recognition in your career. And it's because they love you, and the universe loves you so much and wants to show it to you after a very well thought and well done healing that you have done. Okay, pile number 3. Also, like I said, for the other pile, I am seeing in the month of March Archangel Gabrielle being very strongly present in the collective consciousness, and possibly, I don't know, there must be something going on with Mercury, because Gabrielle is Mercury. Gabrielle is the energy of communication, is the communicator, the archangels of healers and communicators in general. So for you, Archangel Gabrielle is talking about sensibility, and I'm also seeing Christ consciousness being very strong for you. So if you see images or Jesus, Christ consciousness, know that that is a sign that Archangel Gabrielle is speaking to you, as well as Christ consciousness, as well as source energy, and is leading you to this new opportunity or to this new person. I am seeing that your sensibility is a muse that will inspire your creativity. So for many of you, Archangel Gabrielle wants to let you know that the endeavors that is going to be presented for you is highly creative. You could be artists. And so this is something that will have to do either with sensitivity and spirituality, or will have to do with artistry of some sort, or possibly being present, the Page of Cups. The person that is coming up as your soulmate is an artist, or is someone with a very, very strong sensitivity. So you want to be ready for that. I am seeing Scorpio, all the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Now, I'm also seeing the card of the Divine Masculine, Buddha as an Ascended Master as well. Aquamarine crystal, which is number 2. Number 2, I had Aquamarine, so you might want to check it out. And as a spirit animal, I am seeing the bear, and as a geographical sacred space, the vortexes and the mountains of Sedona. So take them if they resonate with you. Take them. I am seeing balance, patience, and divine masculine energy coming up for you. 6 of Stones talking about, no, 7 of Stones talking about patience. 6 of Stones talking about divinely guided gifts. And therefore, I feel that you in the month of March, pile number 3, are reaching your own awareness to the next level. And this is due to a healing that you guys have done. With the Aquamarine, there is a lot of peace and calmness that I'm picking up for you. I am seeing new things. Like, this is an incredible opportunity, and it's divinely guided. I know I've been saying divine for hours right now, but it's true. Like, I'm actually seeing the Buddha. I'm actually seeing Ascended Masters coming up and help you. Not even mentioning that this is the card of oneness. This is the card of finding that destiny point that brings you to your oneness within your own variety, and a soulmate, whether it is in career or collaborations or relationship, truly coming up and help you out with your sensitivity, help you out with your job and career, with your purpose. Like, it's going to be a big month for you, my loves. And also, I do have the card of 6 of Stones, a gift from the universe, the Light Priestess, galactic wisdom and cosmic rituals. So many of you guys could be starseed, or you are connected with the Pleiadians, or it could be that the person that is coming into your life for some reason is a Pleiadian or likes aliens, or, you know, likes dimensions, talks about astral projections and things like that. And with the galactic wisdom, yet again, I am seeing an ascendant master. Whatever it's going to be for you, it's strong. It's speaking out really, really strongly to you. So you better meditate, you better connect in the month of March, because you're going to have really like a cosmic ritual, like something big that it's happening from your crown chakra to the third eye, that it's going to show you where you're supposed to go in life. And this is an illumination, a strong illumination of some sort, because with the healing card of the 7 stones that we have over here for you, my loves, do you see there is this God that is illuminating this man and he's healing them? There is galactic healing. Now, I'm a very grounded person, but when I see things, I need to say it. Oneness, connection, abundance. It's great. It's great. Let me see what is your deity and what is your specific message, possibly then from an ascendant master at this point. So how it works, I'm going to throw the dice twice, and there is a table over here. You conjunct the number and you find the deity that represents you at this time in present moment, and the message that they want to deliver you, as well as the protection that they are symbolizing for you at this time, mentioning the month of March 2021. So the first number that we have for you, pile number 3, is number 5. And also I remember pile number 2 had number 5, so it's very interesting because, like I said, for pile number 2 is the god Ra, the god of the light. So extremely powerful. Ra in ancient Egypt was a supremely powerful god. Now we already have, and we do have number 5 again. He felt on his own, like the dice wanted to talk. So 5, the number of change, it's big. Like I'm telling you, pile number 3, the month of March is huge for you. So 5 is Ra, Jeb, Nut, Shu. Jeb, Nut, Shu were the 3 principles that created the world with Ra. Because Jeb, it's the earth, Nut, if I'm correct, is the sky, and Shu is the wind. So there is extreme creativity, extreme creation, like I can tell you immediately. Okay, so we do have the card. This indicates a separation and the necessity for an independent action. And this is because Jeb and Nut were twin flames, were soulmates. So it could very much be that you guys are in separation with a soulmate relationship or twin flame relationship, and the spirit wants you to know that this is because you needed to learn to love independently, regardless if you guys were together or not. But I need to draw another dice for you, pile number 3, only for you, because I need to understand better whether you guys are going to reconcile or not. According to my cards, yes, but I need a more in-depth meaning from this dice, because Jeb and Nut remain together throughout, but they are together in separation, because the earth and the sky cannot coexist without each other. So it's a legend, it's an ancient Egyptian legend that I explained in my Patreon. So let me see what else. There was separation that I'm picking up from you, pile number 3. So they wanted to make sure we cover that first. So we have number 7, the number of Christ consciousness. Like I said, I am seeing Christ consciousness. Number 7, which is Ta, and number 2, you have already, no, you didn't have number 2, but number 2, okay. Number 7 and number 2, we have Ta Sobek. Sobek was a very important ancient Egyptian god. It was the crocodile god. So the crocodile could be also one of your spirit totem animal. So we do have, so basically it talks about an alliance that it's going to come to you, like a collaboration and extreme material power. But there is a warning with Sobek. Sobek is a very, very powerful god. If you channel Sobek, or if you work with Sobek, it's almost like a dark energy, because it is a very powerful dark god in a way for the ancient Egyptian. And it talks about material power, it talks about alliance, it talks about protection. But they want you to know, pile number 3, to be very careful when you are aligning yourself with this soulmate and with this person, because this person that is coming towards you is extremely powerful. So you want to be mindful about the way you speak, the way you communicate to this individual, because you want to communicate in a way that is effective yet is empowered enough in order to not make you be devoured by the passion of this other individual, which can be very strong. And that's why I was speaking upon scorpionic energy. But it can be good because powerful individuals, especially if we're talking about career, they could really bring a lot of abundance in your life. So this is simply a warning, and Sobek is protecting you at this time, as well as Ra, Jeb, and Nut in the ancient Egyptian pantheon. Let me have one last card for you. We have the Stag, number 8. So there is divine protection. It's huge. I'm telling you, pile number 3, something extremely powerful. It's going to happen to you in the month of March, and it's going to play out differently depending on who you are. But please let me know in the comment section down below, and just stick on your fridge and comment also down below. Something powerful is about to happen. Something powerful is about to happen, because this is the energy that I've been picking up on throughout your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Follow my Patreon as well if you want the zodiac prediction that are going to be uploaded next week. And I see you guys later in another of my readings and pick a card. And thank you so much for your support. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for your support and sticking around for my readings. I see you again next week, next Monday, because I always post a new pick a card, usually on Monday, about spiritual challenges and life and divine guidance. Comment down below, let me know your story, subscribe, thumbs up, and join my Patreon. And you're never wrong if you follow love. And I see you guys next week with another of my pick a cards. I love you. Bye.